Over 20 hours on the exhibition grounds, many conversations at the booth, and a close look at the details of the new models. Today I'm taking you along for a review of Ambiente 2026 and showing you what there was to see on site. Hello, my name is Chris and this is Writing Delight. Ambiente in Frankfurt remains a central trade fair for the stationery industry to showcase the current range, and not just for the German market. This year I was once again less focused on the camera and more on direct exchange with the manufacturers. The conversations were the priority for me. Even if the visual material is therefore a bit more selective, I hope the information from these talks offers an interesting insight for you. A major point of interest was the Waldmann booth, which you entered this year via red carpet. Right at the corner of the booth, an engraver was working live on a cap for the new Legacy 1. Her view through the microscope was transmitted to a monitor, so you could follow the details of this craftsmanship. Since the Legacy 1 will only be available for 1 year, the edition is effectively limited by what the engraver can actually complete during this period. In addition, Waldmann is now showing models like the Aura series or the Nova with a satin finish in a textured metal grip section. This was an impulse that certainly came from various sides, but was also a topic during our visit to the production. While the textured section is intended to prevent slipping, which bothers many with smooth metal grips, the satin finish primarily changed the look of the silver. The material will likely develop a patina over time through use, which of course only long-term experience will tell. Also present at the booth was Bossert Erhard. As an independent manufacturer, they focus on extremely detailed guillotine patterns that actually create designs on the solid silver. These writing instruments, available in sets, including the bamboo, ginkgo, black stripes and diamond models, are all equally impressive. The diamond, for example, looks as if it were set with countless small diamonds solely due to its technique. The sets offered, including an 18-karat gold nib and an additional rollable grip section for swapping. You even have a choice between various hand-engraved motifs for the nib. With a limitation of only 99 sets per model, this is aimed at people looking for classic craftsmanship. At Esterbrook there is a new feature for retailers, the so-called Nib Menu. The pens in these boxes are fitted in fixed colors and models. This is important so that the correlation to the accompanying information material works immediately, allowing customers to see which pen has which of the special grinds, from the journaler to the architect. This makes it easy to try out these specialty nibs in store. I also caught a glimpse of some upcoming models for this year, though I'm not allowed to talk about them yet.
I'm going to introduce you to what's coming in the Nib Menu. The Nib Menu is have the nib your way, have the pen your way. So it's going to be available in 9 different custom grinds. And if you look here, you can see we give you an example of how those nibs write, whether it's an architect nib or an architect medium, a broad stub. One of the more popular nibs that we have today is called the journaler, and of course the journaler is going to be included. So the Nib Menu is essentially a pen show in a box. You come to a pen show, you want to try the nibs? Well, here you go. One's missing, sorry about that. But imagine you go to your favorite pen shop and now you want to experience what you do at a pen show. So all the nibs will be loaded, all the pens will be loaded with ink, and each color represents a different size. So you have your architect, you have your stub, so you try the nib that you like, and you see the experience that it delivers. So now you're going to have that custom nib experience at your favorite dealer. So you can go to your favorite local pen shop. We'll have a dealer locator on our website so you can go and you can find the Nib Menu. Stay tuned. This is something that's going to be coming to a dealer near you this summer.
Diplomat is showing the Cobra, essentially the big brother of the Viper. Many changes have been made here compared to the predecessor, making the model feel very cohesive overall. I'm very curious about the Cobra and will try to present it to you here soon. Also interesting is the aero in a wood look finish. It looks deceptively like real wood, but is actually made entirely of metal. The satin lacquer fits excellently and gives the technical aero design a very unique touch. New versions of the XO were also on display, a pen that simply stands out due to its shape. Kaweco has a new DIY sport again this year. It doesn't just have a UV look, It's actually phosphorescent. Consequently, it was presented at the fair in a box with integrated UV light to show the effect directly. Alongside this, the new colors for the Sport series were introduced, light green and shadow green. Two modern nuances that fit very well into the existing color spectrum of this classic. After introducing you to Black Forest pen on the channel last year, it was nice to see them represented at Ambiente for the first time since their launch. We talked a bit about technical implementations and future possibilities, and I really liked the current models. A funny moment on the sidelines, we were able to network the team directly with Keskin Color. This wasn't about new products of course, but simply about the exchange with each other, which is what the fair is all about in the end. At Keskin Color, the new editions of the Gallery series were the focus. Here motifs in the style of well-known artists are interpreted on the covers, giving the notebooks a very distinct aesthetic. In addition to these new releases, the established brands Karatus and Arctic were of course present, which for many of us are staples for high-quality paper. As usual with the Kempen, the notebooks impress with their good haptics. They simply feel pleasant in the hand. The paper is excellent for fountain pens. In one special series, the edge coloring of the paper is now even matched to the pattern of the end paper. It is essentially a continuation of the pattern over the edge, realized through modern printing. Also on site was Maverick, presenting their leather goods once again, a nice addition to the paper products at the booth. The Sheaffer brand returned to the fair last year and is present again this year, showcasing several interesting models. This includes, for example, a new version of the Legacy or an Emily in Paris collection, based on the Netflix series and created in collaboration with it. There's also a coffee series, and not just for coffee lovers. This series includes more than just a pen. It also features matching pouches and even an ink that smells authentically like coffee. You probably shouldn't drink it though. It's interesting to see what's coming to the market here, and we can certainly expect more in the future. Monteverde was also represented again, and the new axis stood out alongside the rest of the range. Not just because it was presented prominently, but because of its unusual shape with two narrow ends and a thick middle. In use, however, it is identical to a normal fountain pen. Just pull off the cap and write. The grip position is a bit unusual due to the center section though. A very interesting piece that I hope to show you in more detail soon. At Hugo Boss you can find several new models in the range. Particularly striking are the pieces equipped with a larger nib. This significantly corrects the proportions on the larger models and helps emphasize that these pens are serious writing instruments. While there are still models with usual smaller nib, where the large nib is used, the presence usually feels more balanced. Aratrum is known to many primarily as a distributor, but also brings out its own models under the name Calamus. The latest model, even if it's been out for a few days, is a Calamus Magnus. It's a classically styled, glossy black fountain pen that impresses with its simplicity and high quality finish. The model has a pleasant weight and feels very well balanced in the hand. At Visconti, the impressive range was fully represented again. In addition to the well-known classics like the Homo sapiens, special editions were also on display, such as the Tesla, which stands out due to its ordinary design. It is always exciting to see how Visconti manages to combine technical innovation with their very own aesthetic standards. Since there were also several interesting manufacturers to be found in creative world, the walk to this parallel fair, which takes place in a different hall, was simply part of the experience. Even though the distances in Frankfurt halls are long, the detour for brands like Online or Exactly is worth every time. At Online this year features a new booth design and a variety of new models. The new Highway line in particular consistently continues the concept of MIDI pens and is reminiscent of the Bohemian art. These compact models are intended for mobile use without losing the requirement for a proper writing feel. It's exciting to see how the brand manages the balancing act, from very playful products like plush pouches or Barbie-themed world, to the more adult products that impress us through design and usability. Another regular stop was a large Exaclair booth. Here, brands like Clairefontaine, Rhodia and Germain are united under one roof. For us fountain pen users, there were 3 different nib widths on display for the Rhodia script. An important note for all fans of the HPAC series from Clairefontaine: this will be known as Nuberdict in the future. The branding is becoming more modern, including the slogan Live Unplugged, but fortunately the paper remains exactly the same. That was my review of Ambiente 2026. Despite the many conversations without a camera, I hope this insights into the details was informative for you. What was the most interesting part for you? Or was there something you missed? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time.